So you can see how Colleen is doing an excellent job really rotating. She's almost turning away from me, which is great, and Schmant is coming and turning towards me. So you can see those shoulders. It's really important to have that, especially in the bow pair. So that looks really good. Really holding on to the blades. Colleen sometimes feathering a little bit too early. You can kind of see that blade when I go around the other side. Sometimes it feathers just slightly under the water, so making sure to tap down before we turn the blade. David, you can see how your body is kind of coming over as you're bending your knees, so we want to get that hand past your knees before you bend your knees. So you can see it's almost getting stuck on your knees, almost having to go over them, which is then offsetting the boat. Also, that outside hand is sometimes feathering. We want to make sure we're just using our inside hand for that. Lewis, doing a great job of isolating your hands. Great position around the rigger. Sometimes you're skying the blade a bit. There, you can see it's kind of going high into the air. And then sometimes your blade comes out of the water a little early, like there. So you can see it's kind of going into that half blade position at the finish. Okay, Megan, excellent rotation. Occasionally shooting your tail. You can see that your seat sometimes moves and your chest actually goes down. So making sure to kind of lift with your back. That might partially be a protective thing of your back right now. So I don't want to harp on it too much. Okay. Michael, you can see your finishes look sometimes a little short. If you look at that inside arm, it's barely bending. So we want to make sure we're pulling all the way in. And if we're not able to, we might even need to adjust your feet just slightly more bowward so that you can bend that right arm a little more and kind of get it into your body. Okay, let's go look at the other side. Okay, Philip, I'm going to go on your starboard side, so just give me a little space. Okay. Three and a half minutes in. Okay, so again, you can kind of see there's a little bit of half blade at the finish here, especially Bob. That blade is kind of working its way out, and that's sending the boat over to your side. So you want to kind of just keep that blade work in. If it feels too high, there is actually space to... No, never mind that. Okay, so yeah, we just want to make sure we're pulling in high. Everyone pulling in high. Philip, that's plenty of space. Okay. Becca, you can see there's quite a big jiggle in your oarlock at the finish. So you can kind of see the collars shaking around. So making sure that we're still keeping that outward pressure as we feather the blade. Beautiful exit of the blade though. So you can see it's very clean coming out of the water and into the air. No risk of catching a crab there. Okay. Nice shoulder position, loose hang, looks good. Okay, here you can see, David, you're a little tight with the arms. So just kind of keeping that left arm a little straighter and hanging on it. Colleen, here now you can see your blade and how sometimes it gets a little water over it around the finish. So we want to make sure we're kind of tapping down and getting the blade out so that it can be nice and clean, not have any water running up the shaft as we exit.